Well, Brynn Cartelli, winner of season 14 on The Voice just last night. I'd love to know that moment when Carson Daly is just about to read a name and it's just you and Britton left. What's going through your mind?
Oh gosh, I was really nervous, but I was really happy. I knew whatever happened, I was really grateful to be there and to even get to the point that I was on a team. It was incredible, and I was really excited for everything that happened. And Britain deserved it, and I was there too, and I thought that I deserved it, and we both had a really equal shot at winning this thing. And I'm really excited that I was able to do that, and I'm really excited for what my future holds and for what his future.
So 15 years old, you're the youngest artist that's ever won The Voice. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to go back to the beginning of your journey a little bit. The fans see you walk out for the blind auditions, but how do you get selected to be in that blind audition spot? And when you were walking out the first time, what were you kind of expecting or hoping would happen?
There was a long process to get to the blind auditions, and I never thought I would, I was just going because they came to me, and it felt like it wasn't happening by pushing anything. It was just happening because something in the air was just falling into place. And going into the blinds, I really didn't have any expectations at all. I wanted Kelly to turn because I just loved her since I was really little, but I had no expectations of that she would turn. And when she did, clearly as seen on TV, I was extremely shocked. So.
Well, speaking of Kelly, I remember, I'm a bit older than you, so I remember Kelly winning American Idol, and became a big pop culture moment, but you weren't even born when that happened. So what did you know about Kelly Clarkson going into the competition, and had you watched her on YouTube, or what did you know about her at that point?
Oh, well, I knew just about everything. I've been like a crazed fan of Kelly since I was little. My parents were obsessed with her when she was on American Idol, and they always rooted for her. And my mom, they've been to her concerts, and now we're all friends with her, and it's really weird and it's super cool. I've known all of her songs. I've been obsessed with all of her albums that she's ever came out with, and so even though I wasn't alive when she won, I'm like a huge fan.
When we saw the show actually debut back in a few months ago, I know that sometimes they edit it differently, but the first two we saw in the blind auditions were Britton and then you, which I find quite odd since that's the two that remain standing at the very end. What was it like for you waiting all those weeks for the actual blind audition that you had done to premiere on NBC?
It was a crazy knowing. By the time it aired, I already knew that I was in the top 24. So it was just like me keeping secrets of did I make it? Did I not? And it was really exciting to see it all happen because I knew. But it was also a relief once we got to the live rounds that I was like, okay, there's no more secrets. I can just, it's all open now, and it was really fun.
And one of the perks of being on The Voice is they released your songs on iTunes. So when that happens, are you tracking the charts at all and kind of looking at where you stand? And is it affecting your mind at all as you go into the results show, kind of wondering where you're at?
Oh, yeah. Since they're there, I think everyone is really laser focused on those charts and keeping an eye out for who's where and where you're at, and looking at it, it's really stressful, especially when you wake up the next morning, especially in California time. The voting ends here at 9 a.m., but it's noon back on the East Coast. So I wake up and I'm like, last minute votes. And it's really scary because it's like those are the last couple hours too. I remember one week I was at 9 when I woke up that morning. And I was moving back and forth between 9 and 10 before voting was closed. And I was waking up, I was like, oh my gosh, it was so stressful because I just wanted to get that multiplier taken to the next round. And it was really crazy. I think I did end up staying in the top 10. I forget which week that was for, but.
For the fans that watch this at home, I don't think they always know all the behind the scenes things that are going on. But was there? I always like to ask this question when I'm talking to somebody from The Voice. Was there a song this year that you really wanted to do that clearance problems messed it up. They couldn't get the song cleared, because I know that happens sometimes.
Yeah, I really wanted to sing a song by Florence and the Machine. I wanted to sing either Shake It Out or Dog Days Are Over. That was a big one that we were pushing for, but we came up with the idea too late, and we couldn't get them to clear it fast enough. But I almost sang Shake It Out, one of my performances. Yeah.
So what's next for you at this point? I mean, do you just waltz back into high school, or do you have to reconsider everything now for the next 3 years of your life?
It's definitely a lot of thinking that has to happen, and it's a lot of pressure. And I'm gonna go and finish up this year of high school at least, and I still want to graduate high school. I just don't know if it's going to be at school or online or what. I don't know what the deal is with that yet. I'm kind of taking it one step at a time and not trying to get too ahead of myself. But I definitely want to. This summer, I want to take the time and first at the beginning, like just settle back into life for a second before it gets crazy again. And but then I'm already starting to talk with Kelly about my album and how we're gonna make it awesome and how we're gonna release some really great music with some great writers working on it. And I have a lot of originals that I can't wait to put out there and work with other writers on. Definitely, it's gonna be really big, and I'm super excited for it.
Speaking of originals, Monday night you got to do a Julia Michaels original, and then you get to sing with her on last night's results show. What did she say to you about doing her song and that performance?
She was really happy with how it all came out, and I was really lucky for that. It was nerve-wracking singing someone else's song as my original, and because I write too, but it was just different coming from her perspective. I wanted her to be proud of how it came out, and she said she was, and she was really, really cool, especially to perform with on Tuesday. She was amazing.
Well, Denton, I think you had one last question. We'll let Brynn move along on her busy day.
Yeah, I made it through my questions, so unless I missed one, but I think I'm good.
Well, I'll ask one last one. We talked about Kelly just a little bit, but what about her? It was her first time ever to be a coach on the show, so she was learning this process as much as any of you that were coming on the show. What about her coaching worked with you? What about the things that she did helped you to get to this point?
She has a lot of strategy. I mean, going into this competition, she knew what she wanted to do, and she knows how to make it work in a competition and how it's different. I mean, a lot of people expect that the song has to be exactly what's going to be on the record, but that's not what it is. It's a competition. You have to put your best out each week, and it's really hard to think about, hey, I want to do a mellow song this week, and the pressure of doing a mellow song is really, it's a lot because you have to make it really beautiful and it has to be really, really, really special. And when you're out there making business, you can just do a mellow song that's just meant to be relaxed and just total chill factor to it. And that's what some of my music is about. It's just about just relaxing and just lyrical music. And it's really hard. It's different. And she completely understands that, and she guided me through when it's appropriate to do each thing, and when it's important to go big here. We're gonna do a really important big song, and we're gonna take it down a notch here. And it was really cool having her advice on that.
Well, congratulations on everything. You were one of our front runners. I don't know if you ever saw our prediction center, but you were one of the front runners all season long. So and Denton here won our entire season contest too. He was writing about you every week and all the others, but he also won our predictions contest.
Oh, thank you. I remember seeing one of the prediction things back during knockouts, and it was me, and I was like, but that was cool.
And you already knew the results of that one. Well, congratulations on everything. Have a great rest of the day and a great summer.
Thank you. You too.